Today we're having a very special episode of Thirsty Thursday. It's on the Labor Day weekend in honor of Jimmy Buffett. We're going to make the perfect margarita. Welcome to the Average Me channel. We are going to keep this one upbeat because we are going to honor Jimmy Buffett, who passed away this Labor Day weekend. And he's famous for margaritas, right? Margaritaville, the song, the restaurants. So I thought that I am going to talk a little bit about Jimmy, talk a little bit about the margarita. I am not a Jimmy Buffett expert, other than I really like his music. So if I get something wrong, or you want to add some interesting details down below, please feel free. So margarita is pretty simple. In fact, Jimmy once said, "It's not a science experiment. The whole point is to disguise the taste of the tequila." Which, I don't know if he really meant it, because then he went ahead and he put out his own brand of tequila. So, according to the menu at Margaritaville, the perfect tequila uses a blend of silver tequila and gold tequila. So, we have that on hand. Of course, triple sec, limes. Now I suspect when you go to a place like Margaritaville, they're just pouring that from a bottle of Rose's lime juice, but we're going to get a little better and we're going to use fresh lime. And of course, salt. Jimmy actually said he prefers a margarita without salt, but the song says salt, so by golly, we're going to go with salt. The song also said it's a frozen concoction. Jimmy said he likes it on the rocks, so we are going with on the rocks because I like it on the rocks as well. So, you know what we're going to do before we get started? We are going to salt the rim of this glass. And the way we're going to do it, everyone has their own opinion, right? But if I'm going to salt something like a margarita, I'm going to start by moistening the rim of the glass with the lime. And then we're going to put that into our salt. And there you go. I consider that to be, we got a little bit of salt there. I consider that to be a perfectly salted rim. Got a little bit in there. I'm going to try to get that on. It doesn't really matter. The drink is going to taste like salt, right? Every time you drink it. There we go. So we got a nice salty rim. And let's get started. We're going to put a little bit of ice in here. Sort of a mix. I'm going to use some crushed ice, so it's not exactly blended, but it's not exactly on the rocks as well. Should keep everybody happy. So we're going to start, actually let's start with the lime. We're going to need 1 ounce of lime juice. So let me get this out of the way. I have too many things on my bar right now. So let's start with that lime that we used to salt our rim. And I'll bet we're going to have enough just in that. Okay, that half of a lime gives me about 3/4 of an ounce. These are really nice limes that I picked up this time around. Let's try that. And there we go. There is our ounce. So what I can do now is pour that in, and then I'm going to get rid, excuse me for just a minute as I clean up my bar area. I'm going to get rid of that. And actually, you know what I'm going to do? Before we do that, we're going to garnish it with a little bit of this lime. So I think I'll just cut that while we still have all this out, and then we'll have our piece to garnish. And then we can put that out of the way. And the perfect margarita, according to the Margaritaville recipe, is a blend of these tequilas. I did a little bit of research, and I don't care too much if I have it perfectly right, because it's not a science experiment, right? So we're going to put 1 ounce of the gold, and we're going to put a 1/2 ounce of the silver. So that actually is 1 shot of tequila. You know, Jimmy has an interesting story of the song Margaritaville. He said the song took him about 5 minutes to write. He was in Austin, Texas, and a friend of his was driving him to the airport. And they stopped at a little dive bar, and they got some margaritas. And he said at that moment, the name Margaritaville popped into his head, and a legendary song was born. So I think we have everything. We have our triple sec, we have our lime, we have our 2 different tequilas. Let's shake the daylights out of it. And mixed and chilled. And you know, I'm going to need a lot more ice than this, just because I have a really big margarita glass here. So a little more ice. And we garnish that. And that is a perfect margarita, I think. Let's try it and find out. Oh yeah, that is good. I kind of agree with Jimmy. I'm going to clear the salt off just a little bit. Of course, the man in the song, it sounds like he was using table salt because he was looking for his lost shaker. I don't know. Well, here's to Jimmy Buffett. He once wrote, "Our lives change like the weather, but a legend never dies." So here's to Jimmy. His music is going to last a long, long time. Thanks for joining me.